Imagine sipping champagne on a private balcony while the ocean stretches endlessly around you. The sun setting over a horizon that looks like pure freedom. But what if beneath that polished deck, behind the smiling crew, and under the shimmering water lies a reality the cruise industry never wants you to see? Luxury cruises are marketed as floating five-star resorts, symbols of success, relaxation, and escape from everyday life. Yet behind the velvet curtains and gourmet dining rooms exists a world of environmental destruction. Exploited labor, hidden dangers, and carefully concealed truths that rarely make it into glossy brochures or influencer videos. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on the dark side of luxury cruises, exposing what really happens at sea, why passengers are often kept in the dark, and how this billion-dollar industry has mastered the art of selling perfection while quietly outsourcing the consequences. This isn't about ruining your vacation fantasies. It's about understanding the full cost of luxury, the human and environmental price paid far from the spotlight, and why knowing the truth matters more now than ever before. The illusion of floating paradise luxury cruises are designed to feel like a dream detached from reality, where time slows down and responsibility disappears. From the moment passengers step on board, they are immersed in an environment engineered to signal wealth, comfort, and exclusivity. Marble floors, fine dining curated by celebrity chefs, private suites with personal butlers, and curated entertainment all work together to reinforce the idea that this is the ultimate form of travel. What most passengers don't realize is that this illusion is carefully constructed not just for comfort but to distract. Every design choice, every schedule, and every experience is meant to keep guests focused inward, rarely questioning what it takes to keep this floating city running smoothly. The paradise is real in appearance, but it exists by design, not by transparency. Environmental damage beneath the waves. One of the most significant yet least discussed aspects of luxury cruises is their environmental impact. Cruise ships burn heavy fuel oil, one of the dirtiest fuels available, releasing massive amounts of sulfur oxides, nitrogen oxides, and carbon emissions into the atmosphere. A single large cruise ship can produce as much air pollution as millions of cars in a single day. Wastewater discharge, including sewage and gray water, often ends up in the ocean, legally or illegally, affecting marine ecosystems and coral reefs. Even when ships claim to use advanced treatment systems, enforcement is inconsistent and violations are common. Luxury cruises may market sustainability initiatives, but the scale of their operations often overwhelms any green branding, leaving fragile marine environments to absorb the damage long after passengers disembark. The hidden cost of luxury service behind every perfectly made bed, every spotless hallway, and every smiling server is a workforce that operates largely out of sight. Many cruise ship employees work extremely long hours, often exceeding 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, for months at a time without a day off. Workers are frequently recruited from developing countries where wages are significantly lower and labor protections are minimal. Contracts can be vague, enforcement is inconsistent, and reporting abuse or unfair treatment can risk termination. The luxury passengers experience is built on labor conditions that would be unacceptable in many onshore hotels. Yet at sea, these practices remain largely unregulated and hidden from public scrutiny. Legal loopholes and flags of convenience. Cruise ships often operate under flags of convenience, registering their vessels in countries with lenient labor laws, lower taxes, and minimal oversight. This allows cruise companies to avoid stricter regulations enforced in the United States while still marketing heavily to American consumers. When incidents occur, whether labor disputes, environmental violations, or passenger crimes, jurisdiction becomes complicated. Victims may find themselves navigating international legal systems with little recourse or support. This legal gray area benefits corporations far more than passengers or crew, creating a system where accountability is diluted and responsibility is easily deflected. Passenger safety and unspoken risks. Luxury cruises project an image of safety and control, but incidents at sea are more common than many realize. Fires, mechanical failures, power outages, and even disappearances have occurred across multiple cruise lines. While serious incidents are statistically rare, the industry's handling of them often lacks transparency. Passengers may not be informed of risks or incidents in real time, and reporting requirements can vary depending on the ship's registration. At sea, help is not minutes away, and emergencies can quickly escalate. A controlled environment that feels safe can also become isolating when something goes wrong. Health hazards and disease outbreaks. Cruise ships are uniquely vulnerable to the spread of infectious diseases due to close quarters, shared dining spaces, and high passenger turnover. Norovirus outbreaks have plagued the industry for decades, and the COVID-19 pandemic exposed just how quickly illnesses can spread on board. Quarantine measures, delayed disembarkation, and limited medical facilities left thousands of passengers stranded at sea during global lockdowns. Even on luxury cruises, medical centers are limited, and serious conditions often require emergency evacuation. The promise of relaxation can quickly turn into a public health nightmare when containment fails. Psychological design and behavioral manipulation. Luxury cruise ships are intentionally designed to influence behavior. Windowless casinos, strategically placed bars, and carefully timed activities encourage spending and engagement. The absence of clocks, limited internet access, and structured schedules create a sense of timelessness that makes it easier to lose track of money and time. Onboard credit systems and cashless payments further disconnect passengers from real spending. This psychological design isn't accidental. It's a calculated strategy borrowed from casinos and theme parks to maximize profit while maintaining the illusion of carefree enjoyment, financial traps, and hidden costs. While luxury cruises advertise all-inclusive experiences, many costs remain hidden until passengers are already on board. Gratuities, specialty dining, premium beverages, shore excursions, spa services, and internet access can significantly increase the final bill. Dynamic pricing and upselling tactics target passengers throughout the journey. Often framed as exclusive opportunities or limited-time offers, by the time guests realize how much they've spent, they are already invested emotionally and financially, making it difficult to disengage without feeling like the experience is incomplete. Crime at sea and limited accountability. Crimes on board cruise ships, including theft, assault, and harassment, are more common than publicly acknowledged. Reporting mechanisms vary, so investigations may be handled internally by the cruise line before any external authorities are notified. Victims may face pressure to remain silent to avoid disrupting the voyage or damaging the company's reputation. At sea, the absence of immediate law enforcement and the complexity of jurisdiction can delay justice or prevent it altogether. The luxurious setting can make these realities even more jarring, as danger feels out of place but remains very real. Impact on port communities. Luxury cruises bring thousands of passengers to port cities, often overwhelming local infrastructure while contributing relatively little to the local economy. Many cruise-owned excursions and shops keep profits within the corporation, leaving small businesses with limited benefit. Environmental damage, overcrowding, and rising costs of living can affect residents long after the ships depart. While marketed as cultural exchange, cruise tourism often prioritizes efficiency and control over genuine engagement with local communities. Ethical contradictions of luxury travel. At its core, the dark side of luxury cruises reflects a broader ethical contradiction in modern travel. The pursuit of comfort, exclusivity, and indulgence often comes at the expense of environmental sustainability, labor fairness, and transparency. Luxury does not exist in isolation. It is supported by complex systems that distribute costs unevenly. Understanding this doesn't mean rejecting travel entirely. It does require acknowledging that convenience and pleasure are rarely free of consequence. Rethinking what luxury really means as awareness grows. Some travelers are beginning to question whether luxury should be defined solely by comfort and service, or by responsibility and impact. Smaller ships, transparent labor practices, cleaner fuel technologies, and meaningful engagement with destinations offer alternative models. Change in the cruise industry is possible, but it requires informed consumers who demand more than surface-level perfection. Final reflection: luxury cruises promise escape, beauty, and ease, and in many ways they deliver exactly that. But beneath the polished surface lies a complex reality shaped by environmental harm. Labor exploitation, legal loopholes, and carefully managed narratives. Knowing the dark side doesn't mean you can't enjoy travel. It means you travel with awareness. And in a world where industries thrive on what remains unseen, sometimes the most powerful thing a traveler can do is simply ask better questions.